Hey guys, welcome back to Triple Water Truth. My name is Lynn, and today we are going to talk about one of my favorite crystals in the world and my collection, and it is the Lemurian Quartz crystal. Okay, so it's known to hold information about the ancient civilization of Lemuria, or what was once called Mu, when it used to be a continent in the Pacific Ocean. Okay, it used to occupy the Pacific Ocean, but it sunk like the Atlantis. So I know a lot of people have heard of Atlantis being the lost or sunken continent, but what a lot of people don't know is that Lemuria actually existed before Atlantis. The civilization was formed, and it goes back to 4.5 million BC. So that was a long time ago. And then it also coexisted with Atlantis 25,000 years ago before their demise, meaning, they both sunk to the ocean floor. So what is now the Pacific Ocean, that's where the continent of Lemuria used to be. And what is now the Atlantic Ocean, that's where the continent of Atlantis used to be, okay? So, so the Lemurians, a little bit about them. They anticipated the Great Flood that sunk both continents, and they actually had time to spread out all over the world. So they just moved away from that continent, and they had time to prepare for the Great Flood, or when basically their continent sunk. And what they did was they planted crystals all over the world, and the majority of these crystals are found in, it's called Minas Gerais in Brazil, okay? And then, so that's what they did. They stored information from that time period, their time period, and that information can be accessed within these special crystals, okay? And basically, they bury them. Some of them, they just kind of place them on the ground, and they were just waiting for people to find them or notice them, okay? And then, so basically, and these crystals that hold information, they're called record keepers, okay? So it's kind of like, think of it as an ancient flash drive that holds a lot of information from that time period, okay? Except they use crystals for these. So then parts of Asia, the Pacific Islands, South and North America, and Australia also have strong ties to Lemuria, because these countries, right, and continents also bordered around the ancient continent. Okay, so they were very close to this ancient continent, and they also is, according to what I read, a lot of the Lemurians that actually moved away from the continent before the Great Flood actually moved to nearby continents and countries, okay? So then the Mount Shasta in Oregon, it's also known to be connected to Lemurians as well. And supposedly there's, like, underneath the mountain is actually still a civilization where Lemurians are still known to live in, except they live in a different dimension, so they're not visible, but yet they're supposed to still exist there. Now this is like a whole nother area, to expand on, but I'm not going to go over that today. But yeah, it's like a lot of stuff tied with these crystals and the Lemurian civilization, okay? So yeah, the Lemurians were a highly advanced, spiritual, peaceful, and multi-dimensional beings, okay? So let's talk a little bit about the benefits, and then I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my crystals, okay, that I've actually acquired over the last couple of years when I had my crystal obsession. Okay, so yeah, this is what they look like. They're beautiful. This one right here that I'm holding right now is, I got it directly from Minas Gerais, from Brazil. So I had it shipped to me. This is 3.5 pounds. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love like the peachy undertone to it. And then I also have smaller pieces that I've bought as well. And then the last piece I wanted to share with you guys is like my holy grail. Yes, my, what do you call it? The piece that I consider, how the hell did I luck out with this for this price? Okay. All right. So let's talk about the benefits of the Lemurian Quartz crystal. So the first benefit is that it helps you connect to higher consciousness. Okay. So you can unlock the doors of higher consciousness, and you will also download coded messages of ancient healing wisdom, and you can connect to Lemurian beings who still inhabit the earth. Okay, so what you do is, I'll show you this as an example. Okay, so this piece right here, let me just show you how this is about 7 inches or 8 inches high, and about probably 3 to 4 inches wide. And what you do is, like, they have like different points to them, like sides. So it's smooth. One side is smooth, the other one is like textured. And then you will usually see lines along it. And then one side will be smooth and another side will be textured. So again, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's like little striations, like lines. So supposedly this is where you would run your hand through it, and this is actually how you start to tap into the coded information. So you just kind of like close your eyes and just go like this, just kind of like touch it with your hand, and then you start to kind of access that information. And the energy of this crystal is just beautiful. Like this one is called a dolphin penetrator, and I'll show you. I don't know if you guys see this, but these little crystals here, they're like sticking out. So that's what they mean by a penetrator. So there's little baby crystals that are actually coming out of the surface. And I don't know why they call it the dolphin. I guess it kind of looks like a little baby dolphin, just kind of swimming and kind of poking out of the water. So there's like a bunch of them here. I don't know if you guys see this. They're everywhere. And also, I love how clear this is. Like, you can see right through it. And then this front facet is just huge and clear. And it even has rainbows. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. But yeah, and then here's the bottom of it, where basically it was picked off. So according to legend, yeah, they have handpicked and removed these crystals and then encoded the information and messages on the facets. Okay, some of them are going to look kind of milky, some of them are going to be clear, and some of them, because they've been polished or they naturally wore off over time, you can barely see it, but you can tell that it's a Lemurian crystal just by the energy. It's a very warm, peaceful, loving energy. Okay, and yeah, that's how they were. They were very evolved, advanced type of species. And Yeah, it's really sad that, you know, they've been around for so long, and you know, things kind of ended for them. So yeah, this is heavy. It's like 3.5 pounds, but I love this. And it has a very gentle, healing, soft and patient type of energy. And it also has that kind of peachy undertone to it. So I noticed the ones with a peachy undertone have a bit more of a soft, feminine energy, like these ones. Like this is also another one, like a peachy color, and the color is caused by hematite that is on the surface and also inside the crystal as well. And that, again, that's a protective energy as well. So these are very, I feel like they're soft, feminine energy, very gentle. And see here as well, like the side is a little bit more matte looking, and then one side is a little bit more clear, and then the striations as well, you can see it on each facet. And then here's another one, another like a pinkish peachy color hue, and there's a little bit more, the hematite specks are more obvious here. And yeah, again, very gentle, gorgeous energy, just very, very peaceful and loving and patient. So again, you would do the same thing, even though the striations are not obvious. But yeah, you would just run your fingers up and down to tap into the energy of the Lemurians. And from my experience, yeah, I have communicated with several of the Lemurian energies, and they have showed me images. One of them showed me being in a cave. It was full of crystals, and I believe it was one of my ancestors, because I have ties to Lemuria and Atlantis as well. I've had past lives there, and I saw this woman who had was older, like an elder woman with like long white hair. And I think she was my grandmother. But yeah, so you just do this and you just kind of meditate. And yeah, it will come to you. Like they will start making their presence and energy known, and they will start communicating with you. Okay? And they're actually very happy when we find these crystals, because then we get to know about them, and we get to actually learn that, yeah, you know, inhabitants of this planet have been here for a while, and they were a very advanced, a very evolved species, a lot more than humans for sure. And then here's one that is more of a smoky color, and I feel more in the striations in this one. You guys see this? It's a little bit more obvious on this one. And so it'll be like hard striations and then smooth, hard striations and then smooth. So so yeah, this is smoky. So this has more of a protective masculine energy. And this is great if you want a protective type of energy. And when you pair it with a more feminine energies, oh, it's just beautiful. So yeah, and then sometimes you have smaller pieces, and again you see the striations here. So yeah, you would again run your finger up and down, and that's when you start to communicate with them, or that's when you start getting information from them. Okay. And this one is Record Keeper, and it's clear. It's more of a white color. So they come in different colors and different sizes, but yeah, they're gorgeous. Again, very peaceful, loving energy. Okay, so let's go back to the benefits. So yes, they help you connect to higher consciousness. That's the first benefit. And they will also when you access, right, information, you're going to download these coded messages of ancient healing wisdom, and you're going to connect to Lemurian beings who still inhabit the earth, but they're just in a different dimension. Okay, so they're not always going to be visible unless they want themselves. Unless they want to show themselves to you, and they want to be physically visible to you. Okay, so then the second benefit is that it aids light workers and starseeds. So for those of you who are light workers and or starseeds, this is, like this crystal will resonate with your energy. Okay, you will feel like, seriously, like home with these crystals when you come across their energy, because it basically like matches your energy. Okay, so there's just, it's a sort of harmony within your energy. It's kind of like, hey, like kindred spirits. So if you're drawn to this crystal or find yourself fascinated by it, that means it has chosen to help you on your journey. So if you come across it, or somebody mentioned it and you're curious, or you see it at a store, or you see a picture of it, or you see an article that talks about it, and you're fascinated or curious, that means it is choosing you. It wants to work with you. Okay, and the time has come for it to enter your life and start working with you. So it means it has chosen to help you on your journey, and it helps you remember your ancestors who were originally highly advanced, multi-dimensional beings. So those of you who are drawn to this crystal and feel an affinity with it, especially when you work with it, a lot of you guys may have ties to Lemuria. These are basically your ancestors that you are in a way connecting with again. Okay, and then you will feel a cosmic kinship as you uncover who you are and where you truly came from. Okay, so then the third benefit is that it helps uncover your past lives, especially if you had one in Lemuria and or Atlantis. Okay, so the crystals are waiting for descendants to discover them. All right, so they plant these seeds and they're meant to be found. So it's kind of like, basically they are living proof that they did exist, and they are living reminders that we have evolved into an advanced species, and we have the potential to also evolve right in the future into advanced spiritual, peaceful species in the future. So not only is it to remember Lemuria and our ancestors, especially again if you have past lives from those continents, but maybe it's also to bring the earth to that state again of oneness, of peace, right? And just coexisting in harmony instead of competing, right, with each other. And by uncovering the past, right, the descendants, us, can be guided towards the future. Okay. So then the fourth benefit of Lemurian crystals is that it helps uncover your soul purpose. So it provides clarity to who you are and your mission in this lifetime. It also shows you how to help raise the consciousness and vibration of this present, right? So it helps you raise your vibration and consciousness, and this in turn, right, inspires you to help raise the consciousness and vibration of others. And then right? Before you know it, it becomes a global thing, right? One person at a time. But before you know it, yeah, you are literally helping change the world one person at a time. And then it transforms, right? It changes you, it awakens you, it helps you release any negative energy or ties that are basically, right, blocking you. So then you will then, it will help you release those blocks and those negative, negative energy that is holding you back, right, from growing and evolving. And then, right, it will help you ascend. So again, because these are high vibrational crystals, right, like moldavite and Herkimer diamonds, and things like that. So yeah, they will attract people who want to ascend, right? Who want to grow and evolve, and and then they do the opposite too, which is they kind of repel people who are not ready to evolve and ascend, right? Their vibration. So the last benefit of Lemurian crystals is that they're just so awesome. The energy, oh my gosh, it's just, their energies are just so loving and peaceful and warm. Holding a crystal, right? Holding a crystal in your hand or just touching it gives you such a hopeful and positive energy. It's almost humbling to connect with such high vibrational beings. And it truly reminds you that you are a being of light. So it helps you bring back to your light, and it reminds you that you are light, right? And that is your natural state of being. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull out. Let me put this in the back. And let me show you my holy grail, piece de resistance, Lemurian crystal. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. It's like 11.22 pounds. Here, oh gosh, here it is, guys. So this is my, oh gosh, this is my pride and joy. So this is actually called a twin flame Lemurian crystal. And the reason it's called a twin flame crystal is because, and guess what? It is 11.22 pounds, right? I mean, seriously, can't get better than that. So here, let me show you what they mean by twin flame crystal. So do you guys see, oh God, if I can hold this up. Do you see this here? The top here? This is the masculine, maybe I should flip it over. Oh God, it's heavy. Ugh. So see this bottom part right here? That's the masculine. That's the masculine energy. And then the top one, so the more masculine crystals are more clear, a little bit more angular. And the feminine crystals, right, they're a little bit more, they're not as clear, they're a little bit more, what's the word? There's more stuff in between. But see how they're stuck together? So basically, if I was to just have it stand up, show you. Oh God, I don't wanna break my table. Here, maybe like this. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, they're stuck together, and basically the male, because it's actually, because it's lower, here it is. So here's the male right here, right? and then here's the female. Starting from here all the way to the top. So this is about 14 inches long, and about probably, I would say, 5 inches wide. Oh gosh, it's already created a little dent on my table. Okay, so yeah, so basically it looks like the male is holding up the female. So the male crystal, right, is holding up the female crystal right here, right here. So it's almost like, you know, he's lifting her up and supporting her. So it's beautiful. And this is why it's called a twin flame crystal, because yeah, they're connected literally. And they're one unit, and basically they belong together, right? They're yin and yang, you know, they are opposite energies, and they balance each other out. So having this crystal around is supposed to help bring balance and healing and harmony. See, look, I can't help touching it. So now this time it's the female that's holding up the male. Don't they look like they're spooning? But yeah, so this is a Lemurian crystal, and this is also from Brazil, from Minas Gerais, and I also got it shipped directly from Brazil as well. So I got really lucky with this one. Like, when I found it, I snatched it up. So yeah, this is perfect for like meditations, and you know, just kind of touch it and just, you know, let your mind go free and start communicating with them. Or if you have a question about your relationship, you want to know how to either move forward or how to understand it or how to just kind of, you know, work on things, touch it and meditate on it, and it will help you get a little bit more clarity. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's already 27 minutes. This was supposed to be a 15-minute video. Sorry, I got distracted fondling my crystals. But yeah, that's basically what a Lemurian crystal is. It's beautiful. I highly recommend that you get one. They come in different colors, different shapes, different sizes, and their energies are just wonderful. Okay, so yeah, this is what I have for the Lemurian crystals, and I hope this helped you in some way. And if you enjoyed the video, please share, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.